Not the vibe.
Hello and welcome to Be Confused with the anonymous host.
I like those clouds. Hello.
Hello. By the way, there was a police chase. There was a helicopter and everything. And I saw the guy get arrested. He stormed, crashed into the 7-Eleven over there.
These windows are fucking beautiful.
And then he started running. Then the helicopter was there. Then a bunch of police cars got out. The policemen got out of the police cars, as they do. Mm-hmm. And then they ran towards the guy and they got him. And I saw.
Was it a black person?
Yes.
Oh my god.
I mean, it's down. It's Orlando. It's pretty diverse. A lot of Hispanics, black people here.
You would think that they would just not do crimes because of the amount of erroneous cop on innocent person things that happen.
Yeah.
So the actual bad people, you'd be like, come on, just take one for the team and not do a crime.
I know. You know what I noticed?
No.
All the policemen that I saw running, they were pretty fat, but very fast.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, so...
That seems like a contradiction.
You would think so. Yeah, you would see... I would see a fat policeman and say, wow, you're really a policeman, dude? But then they shot me. You know, what's it called?
They shot you?
No. They... Me callaron la boca. I don't know how to say that.
They shut your mouth.
Yeah, they shut my mouth because I would see a fat policeman and I said, "Oh, you're fat. Why are you a policeman?"
You would say that to a cop?
In my head, I would say it.
Oh, so they made you. I don't know what the Spanish thing you said. I don't know the first part. Me calaba.
Sure.
I don't know that part.
No, when, for example, I have an opinion of you and then it's wrong and you prove me wrong. Oh, they proved me wrong. Okay. There you go. Just had to take the longer route.
Okay.
Yeah, they proved me wrong. Talking about fat?
Yes, talking about, look at that wonderful segue. Yeah. Talking about fat. Yeah. Why do you feel like you're fat?
So explain how we got into this conversation.
So today my coworker broke his fucking cup that I made him. He didn't break it. I think somebody in the office did, and I think I know who it was. I didn't think I know who it was until I just said it.
I can think of that anyway.
I think it was an accident.
Yeah.
But I am sad. I am a little bit sad.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then...
We were talking about how you... Can I say it?
Yeah.
You self-harm.
But in a nice way. So I'm lactose intolerant and I get tummy aches when I eat too much sweet.
So it's not a nice way because you're hurting
yourself.
And
so I've been really stressed due to things that are being out of my control, kind of, and a little bit frustrated. And when I find myself in that place, I eat intentionally. I eat a lot of food that hurts me, like spicy stuff.
So you self-harm.
Like lactose, like milk, like creamer.
Yeah, so that's what happened this morning. Yeah. He usually drinks
black coffee.
And if you remember from an earlier podcast when I was making fun of his teeth.
Yeah.
So we know that he drinks black coffee. And then today I saw him having cream in his coffee and I was like, are you okay? Are you sick? What's going on?
Yeah, no, I felt nauseous all day because I get a little bit of diarrhea, a lot of farts.
Oh my god, I have something. I have a growth moment.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you later. But it's about diarrhea.
Okay.
So he drank coffee with milk and then we got onto the subject of him trying to hurt himself passively but intentionally by eating the wrong food
or things that don't sit well with me. Yeah,
that literally don't sit well with you. And you do this because why?
I don't know.
Like you said, you wanted to punish yourself.
Yeah,
because you feel bad. But what was it? It was something you had.
No, I told you. I said, well, instead of punching walls like I used to, and hurt my hand,
it's healthier, and your hand is healing.
Yeah,
congratulations.
Thank you.
So why do you hate fat people?
I don't hate fat people. So I do have an issue with my self-image. I grew up with my dad always. I would see my dad always complaining about his weight and always like body shaming himself, and I guess I
internalized that.
And I am not fat. I don't have a horrible body, but I don't have the body that I want to have, and I guess I see that, or I don't have the body that I guess I don't have the perfect body that's portrayed out there. Or
What is your body that you want to have, or the body that you're imagining that you should maybe have?
I don't know. Just I don't like having
Thick thighs.
thick
You
thighs.
do have thick thighs right there. It looks like a thick thigh.
I know. Yeah, it's.
But it looks cute. Like it's
No,
like,
yeah,
ooh,
Haisha
thick
likes it.
thighs.
Haisha likes it.
Yay.
You know, Haisha likes how I look.
I love how you
And
just said her name like 17 times. It's okay.
it's okay. No,
Yeah.
there's a lot of Haitians
Everybody
in the world.
knows. Yeah. That's always your
Um,
reasoning.
my fiance, she likes how I look and all that, and she
When-
tries to make me feel better. Tell her, but I love you. I know you love how I look. It's just the problem is
It's
me.
you.
I don't like how I look.
When you look at yourself and you're just looking at your body, what do you see?
I don't know how to answer. I don't know how to answer.
So
that.
when I'm after my shower, I'm like, "Ooh, girl, yes, bitch, you got curves in all the right places." And sometimes I hate my body. Sometimes I don't like my body because of what is portrayed as a healthy body, and I'm using quotes, and a pretty body and all that stuff. But I'm like, this is what my body looks like. And she looks good. And she's 35 and she's doing all of this stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, she's been through a lot of trauma. She's been through a lot of stuff. And she's still here doing her thing, looking hot. But then there's times when I'm like, oh, I have a gut.
Yeah, so maybe I think that's me, but I have
But I
that
feel
those
like you
situations.
hate
I have
your
it
body.
more often.
But I feel like you hate your body.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I hate my body. And because the reason I think you hate your body is because you want to punish yourself or you want to hurt yourself because of how your body is presenting in the moment.
I guess, yeah. So what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to be a little more consistent. Once I move, I'll have a really nice gym and easy access to it. And my goals are to go back to where I was. I was before I started here 3 years ago. I had a really strict routine at the gym. I weighted 170, 165, and like almost no, what's it called?
Fat.
Almost no body fat. Pretty lean. Is that a?
So what do you think
It's just
your body is doing now? Why is your body retaining this weight? Is it truly because you're an unhealthy, disgusting person?
No, not because I'm an unhealthy, disgusting person.
Yeah.
I've most of my my mic fell. Most of my time I've been spending going to school, working, building a strong foundation with my relationship.
You're busy.
I'm busy.
You're
I'm doing a lot of things.
Also, you don't have money, so you haven't been eating frequently.
Yeah, and I haven't been eating frequently, and I haven't been able to eat the best quality food that I wish I could eat. And that's a huge factor. And so what I do, it's a lot of self-talk and do like what I'm doing with you now. But I still need I still need to work on something. I still need to work on those days. For example, the days that sometimes you don't like your body. So some days when I get to that point, I need to work. I don't know.
Do you ever enjoy your body though for what it is? Maybe you don't. Maybe
it's crazy. My relationship with my how I see my body is so toxic. When I feel really good, when I haven't eaten in a while, because my brain, I guess, it thinks that if I feel hungry,
you're like, I'm skinny.
Yeah, if I'm hungry, starving, that means I'm skinny.
That's really,
and I know that's not true, but I feel good when I feel that hunger pain. Oof, isn't that like anorexia or something?
That's literally an actual eating disorder.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is. AFib? No, that's medical audit. No. There's something that one of our counselors was talking about.
I don't fully give into it. I limit it to only hate and frustration. I don't really act.
You also add self-harm.
I mean, just by eating milk.
That's still self-harm.
Really?
That's literally self-harm. You're hurting yourself because you don't.
But I like
yourself.
it. I enjoy it. It's just I shouldn't have it because it
That's
gives
different.
me pain.
That's different.
Okay.
If you're punching a punching bag because you're frustrated, that's different than you punching walls because you're frustrated. But I think sometimes...
So it wouldn't be wrong if I drink it because I like it. It's wrong because I'm drinking it.
To hurt yourself.
To hurt myself.
If you like it, do it. you're going to have the consequences because you're lactose intolerant. And I get it. Like, I'm lactose intolerant too, but give me some ice cream. But it's because I want to enjoy it. And in the moment, I'm like, okay, I'm not in pain.
So is this really an eye opener, because self-harm is not usually, doesn't necessarily have to look like cutting or
burning. Yeah.
Mutilation or anything like that. Wow. Do you think a lot more people maybe do these things without noticing it, without being aware?
Yeah.
Yeah. If any of you think about yourselves, think about any habits that you might do that might be harmful, that maybe has a deeper meaning, a deeper reason behind why you're doing it. Leave it in the comments if you think about it. What's something that you think you do like it's a self-punishment?
I used to starve myself because I wanted to be skinny, and after like 2 or 3 days I'd be like, bitch, you look good. And that was when I was in my 20s, but I feel like I always really liked my body. Like, it always was cute. And then now I'm a 30-year-old woman, I'm a 35-year-old woman, and my body doesn't look like it did when I was 25, and I feel like I'm more accepting of it. But what do I do to hurt myself? Honestly, I think it might be feelings. Like, I make myself feel sad on purpose.
You know what?
And that's it.
You know what pisses me off? Sorry. It's just
okay. This is your episode today.
So I look back 5 years ago. How old am I? 25. I look back 8 years ago, like pictures of myself where I used to also feel fat. And I look I look at myself and see how I looked without a shirt. And I was not even close to fat. Right now, I'm like probably 30-40 pounds heavier than before. And right now, I'm not fat.
But it's like a mentality thing. It's
I would look at myself and I would, you're fat. You need to, whoa, look at that. And then I look at the pictures now. And you know what? It happens to me even now. Like, I take a picture, I don't know, today without a shirt. And I look at it and I hate it. I look at the same picture a month from now, or no, not even, like 2 weeks from now, and I see it differently. I don't see it as exaggerated as I saw it the first time when I took it. And I've noticed that's kind of like a little experiment I've been doing. Like, I've been taking pictures like every now and then. Bless you. Whoa, don't do that. You like hold it. You like, if I do that, I should like crap myself. I mean, if you don't crap yourself, I guess it's fine. It's just me. Everything goes out.
When was the last time you pooped yourself?
Not so long ago, actually.
Oh, that's gross. Men are disgusting.
Yeah. I think it was at Disney Springs.
Oh my God. In public?
I mean, it was I don't know what I eaten, but it's just sharp pain. All of a sudden, I let a little farty out, and then like you leaked. And I said, "Oh shit, hey shit, whatever." Yeah, I said, "Oh shit, hey shit." I think I just crapped my pants a little bit.
Ew! Do you walk around with like an extra pair of underwear just in case?
In my car, yeah.
That's smart. I feel like one day after lunch, I had the worst fucking cramps, and I had to sit there because I had a client, and I was just like smiling through it, and it was so, I felt like I was gonna die, but I couldn't let them know. But yesterday,
how do you stop yourself from, what is this called?
Yawning.
Okay. I had to mimic that. I feel so stupid. How do you stop? Because I'm doing it I did like 20 times while doing the interview with the new guy.
I know. I go like this. I just hold my mouth closed.
I'm gonna have to meet with you, like, to practice all that stuff.
Yeah, my 5 o'clock clients my 4 and 5 o'clock clients are usually when I have to yawn. But the other day I went to the bathroom. Wait, this is a growth opportunity for me. I even snapped it to my partner and my best friend. I was like, I went to the bathroom and there was somebody in there, and they might have been pooping, but they stopped, and like it was just silent. And I had to go. And usually I would be the person who stops and is just silent.
Mm-hmm.
And I pooped and it was loud. And I was like, well, we're in the bathroom. I have to poop. And I
Good
did it.
for
And I washed my hands and I
you.
left. And then she was also tapping her high heels like this. And I was like, that's weird. Is she trying to rush me?
No, she's probably like trying to hold herself until you left, and she was like, "Oh fuck, hurry up!"
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've been there, so I don't want to do that anymore. So
You know
I'm
what?
just gonna go to the bathroom and poop because
You know
that's
what? I'm gonna
we're
do
for.
that. I used to. You know what I do if there's someone there pooping and I really have to poop too? I
hold
keep
it?
going. So we're on the 7th floor. I go to the 6th floor. There's someone
I
there. I
went
go
to
to the
the
5th
sixth floor.
There's someone. I go to the 4th floor until I found an empty restroom. Usually the 4th and the 5th
But you
are the
might
empty
shit
ones.
yourself.
That's why I'm telling you. I need to. You know, you
Yeah,
inspired me.
just
you
do
know.
it because that's what the bathroom is for. And what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
It's a human function that you have to do.
You know who doesn't give a fuck?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
She
You
just
told me.
lets it rip. I think it's a white people thing.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
But they know how to live, you know? They know that that's what the restroom is for, and they're not ashamed of it.
Yeah, but it's also a little excessive. I think we should have restroom etiquette.
We should have
Right?
restroom etiquette.
A little bit, like, but how are you going to control it? I do control it though, so you can.
I mean, but it's so painful to control it. Like, it's very pleasant when you just. But if you're
have
like,
you ever like sucked it back?
like if you go like that, it's painful, and sometimes you don't. It's like so it goes back to where it came from, and then you don't see it until like the next day. Yeah. So it's better that's to crazy. Like let it out.
That's crazy. So I've been seeing. Did I tell you 88 and 8 and 888 all over?
You've been telling me that. You've seen those
it's
numbers.
all over. And then today in the meeting, somebody was talking about a client, and they're like 88, and I was like, what the fuck? But it's for abundance and prosperity and success, so I'll take it.
Well,
yeah.
So that means that we're gonna get 8 new followers today. Manifest, right? We need followers. What can we do?
Well, I gave you a whole fuck ton of stickers.
I lost them.
Hopefully
them in a place that a lot of people will see them.
We need to get more stickers. I think stickers are cool, right. But also like I'm thinking if we stick the stickers other places, who actually is gonna be like, oh, To Be Confused podcast. Let me look at this. We need a marketing person. You know, a marketing person.
Yeah, I know, and I have a lot of ideas, but I don't have time.
What are the ideas? I have time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't work as hard as you. I work 88%.
Yeah.
I saw this TikTok that reminded me of you. There are people who work hard and there are people who hardly work, and both get paid the same.
Yeah, I need to learn to hardly work or to meet criteria, not exceed it.
Mm-hmm.
I want to learn to meet it.
It's okay for you to just meet criteria.
I know. I guess. I don't know if you can relate to this feeling. Being a minority in the United States, sometimes it pushes you. Like
you have to do double and triple. And yeah. I
mean, I don't think I feel that here, but that may be an explanation of why I don't know, I have those tendencies.
I used to teach, and I was like, I just have to be better than the worst white man. And if I was fine.
Yeah. Yeah, so you do, relate. But sometimes,
but here I'm just
like
amazing.
We don't have the luxury to. I mean, minorities don't have the luxury to
slack off, to not perform,
to not overperform.
Mm-hmm.
They need a reason for us to be valuable. You know, something that makes us
and then
stand out.
There are people like a person that used to work here that can skate by and sleep and do things, and I'm sure that happened this person's whole life.
Yeah.
Because they're offered the privilege and they're offered the benefit of the doubt that because they're presenting in a certain way. And I mean, he looked like it too.
Yeah.
He looked like a psychologist.
He did. Yeah, you look at him, and he had a thick beard, big white beard, and he would look twice. He said, "Oh,
Mm-hmm.
look at that."
But he wasn't, right? That's
Not at
fucking
all.
crazy.
Not at
That's
all.
crazy how long he skated.
Yeah, it's crazy how even us we fall into we are conditioned to see a person like that with that
Mm-hmm. And we
skin
know it.
color,
And we know.
with that skin color, and we say, you know what, I trust him. On the back of our heads.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
I mean, I didn't trust him. I think when I first
Well, I fell for it.
met him, I was listening to a serial killer podcast, and they were talking
You
about.
did,
You
yeah,
remember?
I remember we researched
Yeah,
this and everything.
to
We
make sure, and it
researched.
kind of looked like him or something like that.
Yeah.
It was the same name. There was something similar, and I was like, this guy. But then also, I think you have an issue because with that same person, I remember saying, "Hey, I can help you with this thing," and he's like, "No, I want you to do it." And I was like, "I'm not gonna do it. I can help you." And he's like, "No, I don't want your help. I want you to do it." So I told on him. I didn't tell on him. I was like, "Hey, I'm uncomfortable with somebody telling me to do this when they have the capacity and the capability of doing it. But I feel like you would do it."
Yeah.
So like if it's like scan something, I was working in admin. If it's like scan something, oh, well, I can teach you how to scan something if you'd like. It's really simple. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, you don't want to do it? That's not my problem. I'm not fucking doing it. So why would you do it?
I don't know. I think I just like helping, and sometimes I don't know where to put limits.
Do you see where it's not necessarily helping
Yeah,
them?
because
Are you able to see that in the moment?
No,
Oh,
I see it after.
okay.
Usually, yeah. I like the feeling of being
Useful.
useful. Yeah,
People pleasing.
yeah.
Because if you do stuff for them, then they'll like you. Do you feel that with me?
No, or maybe in the beginning, maybe so. I think I feel that with everyone. Yeah,
Interesting.
but not at the same level. And I don't think it's so much that they'll like me. Or damn, is it?
I think it is. I think you're very much a people pleaser.
I don't know. I just like people. I just like helping, and I like the idea of people being there for me too. Because most of the time, I feel alone. Well, this got dark. Let's end this, please.
No. That's why you people please, because you feel alone.
Yeah, I guess.
And you don't want to feel alone because
Yeah.
if you were to say, no, I'm not going to scan that thing, then this person won't like you and then you're going to feel
alone. I don't think I see it like that. But yeah, I think I didn't feel that way towards that person.
No, of course.
But it's, yeah, an explanation of why I do it in a broad sense. Yeah.
What's wrong with being alone, though? Do you not like being alone?
I like being alone.
But you don't
love
feeling
being alone.
You don't like feeling lonely.
I'm alone too long.
What happens when you're alone too long?
Nothing. I like it. It's just I get bored of being alone sometimes.
What do you do when you're alone?
Play video games. I read. I cook. I love going out and eating by myself. I like watching TV. I love watching movies. Watching old movies. Like the other day, I saw the whole 3 movies of the fuckers. Meet the Fuckers.
Fockers?
Focker.
This is a family-friendly show.
Fockers? How do you say it?
Fockers.
I mean, it's pronounced the same thing.
Fockers.
Focker. Yeah, the
Meet the
Ben
Fockers.
Stiller, Meet the Fockers,
Yeah.
and then Meet the Parents.
That's actually
and
a
then
funny movie.
I love it, and so yeah, I do like to have time
And
for
how
myself.
long until you start getting bored with yourself?
I don't know. I just need human.
No, of course.
Contact.
You're a human. Yeah, you
Yeah.
do. But how long is it until you get that lonely feeling and you feel bored with yourself?
I don't know. I haven't thought about like the time frame for when I start feeling it, but there's at some point
But so I'm saying this because you're like, I need human connection. I need human contact. Can you go a day? Can you go a week?
Yeah, I think I can go.
And how often are
I don't
you
think
alone?
a week.
You couldn't go a week without being around people?
I think a week would be the max, yeah.
Hmm.
Or maybe like 5 days.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Why did it get dark for you?
Huh?
Why did it get dark for you? This is your episode, so
I
we
don't
gotta
know.
dive a little
Lately,
bit
you know, with
deeper.
my counselor, he's been bringing a bunch of stuffs into the light, and
Ooh.
It's been easier for me to say things that I guess I don't
Can I hear
recognize.
it? What
I
stuff is in
don't
the
know. So,
light?
nah, he did like internal family systems shit, and that thing is scary good. Yeah.
What's in the light? You don't have to tell me. It's your
No,
therapy
right now it's
session.
hard to like I don't know talk about it because I'm pretty good about blocking stuff that bothers me. So
Oh,
usually it comes
it's
out when
bothering
I
you.
go
Yeah.
to the session. Yeah.
Okay. That's fun. My therapist, sometimes she's good and sometimes I really don't like her.
Yeah, I think she's not good. I think you should see someone else.
I kind of like her. Actually, well, I was talking to her about stuff was
So
going
you
on.
recognize that she
Again, it's your
is
show. I forgot.
no,
Yeah.
no, but you reckon it's interesting. You recognize that she kind of sucks, and you've told me stories and things she has said and done that kind of sucks,
Hmm.
but you still like her and you still want to stick with her. Are
Hmm.
you afraid of having a counselor that actually maybe confronts you?
It's interesting that you bring this up. I don't think she confronts me because the things that I've told you, I don't think are confronting.
Exactly. So are you afraid of finding someone that actually confronts
No,
you?
no, no. I love a good confrontation,
Okay.
especially in
Then
therapy.
why
I'm
do
like,
you want to
oh.
find out with someone and you want
So
to stick with this one?
it's interesting that you're saying this because a couple episodes ago, you were like, why do you run away? Why do you sit there and figure it out? Why do you always do this? Blah, 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 blah.
I
And
mean,
now I'm
but
sitting with it.
yeah, but there's things that you okay. You know what? It's time to try something else.
But she did good last session. And I think maybe that's
Okay,
my
okay.
trauma. That's my trauma. So we were talking about what's going on at my job, right? And I was like, I don't know. And she's like, well, you do tend to wait until it's like crisis mode when you have to get out or when you have to, oh my God, I got to get out. Like, why are you waiting until that? What if you get a job somewhere else? And I'm like, I mean, you're right. Why would I wait until the ship is sinking when I see there's a hole in the boat over there? Like, why don't I trust my intuition? And maybe this is something that you're bringing up too, right?
Mm-hmm.
She has had issues and she's been weird. But one thing she said is, oh, you said this too. I'm ungrateful, right? And I told you, like, that's triggering to me because that's something that was used against me, right? Remember that?
I don't remember calling you
You were
ungrateful.
saying something. You weren't calling me, but you
Okay,
said something
that
about it.
could be
Yeah.
okay.
And I was like, oh my God, that's triggering for me because that
Mm-hmm.
word is literally what people who abuse me said.
Uh-huh.
And she said it, and I was like, fuck, this is my therapist. Oh my God, should I say something to her? But then I kind of like sat with it and I'm like, it's just a word. She didn't mean it. She doesn't know my whole
Mm-hmm.
entire history. And so I got to move past
So
that feeling.
using her logic, he says you wait until things are really bad to take action.
So I'm doing it now with
You're
her.
doing it with her.
Mhm.
So again, I don't think she's a consistent
I think right now
therapist,
it's
and
not.
I don't think I don't think it's a sinking ship, the situation.
Yeah.
So I
Well,
mean, we should be aware because we're seeing things.
yeah.
But
I think what happened,
mhm.
why I felt like it was a sinking ship, is because there was a lot of energy happening.
Yeah,
and I get overwhelmed because I'm so
Me too.
sensitive to it. And I pick up and I'm like, fuck, I have
Yeah.
to go. This is crazy. But as time progressed and I gave myself the space to feel that fear and that whatever was going on, I was like, oh, okay, I can handle it right now. It's a safer environment. Like, I think after we talked about something, I was like, okay, like it makes sense. It's not this huge thing that I think it is. So I am learning to manage my emotions. And I do feel like in the last
Should try punching walls.
no, I do feel like in the last couple weeks I have been more stressed out and unable to sleep and
Yeah, but also the media out
noticing
there
things.
doesn't help.
I haven't been. Well, I have been on TikTok a lot.
I mean, it's almost inevitable to be, to hear about what's going on out there. If you don't hear from the
But
media, you
that's
hear
the
from the
thing.
coworkers. And I was seeing, ironically, a TikTok that was talking about it. No, actually, a reel on Instagram. This psychologist in Puerto Rico, he was talking about our brains not being able to identify real threat
Oh,
from.
did you send that to me?
No, it's in Spanish.
Oh,
and it's an Instagram. So
Okay.
but like our
It can't
brains
identify a real threat, so it can't
from the
identify that
news,
we're
yeah. So
bombing.
so it
Yeah.
says bombing. Iran is
Yeah.
responding. Iran said death to America.
Yeah.
Those things. If we look at the facts, there's no actual threat for us yet.
Yeah.
However, our brain hears this. Imagine like our brain is this little thing inside our heads, locked in a dark place, and it gets information from what it gets from the eyes, from the ears, from what we feel, from our emotions, and it's just taking a bunch of information inside this little box.
Yeah.
And that's basically and to dumb it down, like a professor, they explained this to us this way. It's just this little thing gets all this information that he doesn't know where it's coming from, and sometimes it's hard for your brain to understand that what you're reading is just the news, and it's probably not a real threat to you right now. And
no, we were talking about something else, not the news.
Oh, that's what I was saying.
The news?
Yeah.
We weren't talking about the news
right now
on the podcast.
Yeah, I know. I brought it up.
Okay,
now.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No, okay. So yes, what you're saying, I totally agree with that. And I think for the thing that happened, like the meeting that we had after that, I couldn't sleep because my brain was like, I could not stop my thoughts.
Yeah, because we were hearing a lot of emotions. We were hearing people raising their voices. We perceived some, people being dismissed, and it was weird and it was off.
And that one too.
And from people that come from a really toxic households, when we hear that, it could be very triggering.
Yeah. So that's.
But we need to realize that that's.
But
we need to work on that too.
How do you stop your thoughts? I did everything. I journaled. I meditated. I put music on. I was like, okay, these are normal thoughts. It's fine. You're afraid. Blah 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 blah. I did all of the stuff.
We put in practice what your therapist told you. Being able to sit in the. Whoa! I heard your stomach. It was crazy. Whoa! It was insane. Learning to be able to sit in the uncomfortableness. I'm
trying to sleep.
I know.
It was 2:00 in the morning. I'm trying to sleep, and I have to work the next day. So it's that's what I have to manage, because I get so engrossed in everybody else's feelings, emotions, and all of that stuff, and then it takes me a longer time to calm down.
I think it's just who we are. We overthink, and I think it's the toll that we have to carry for being so awesome.
That's funny, because that thing that you sent me, where it's like, it was a TikTok where it's, you know what I'm talking about?
I think so. That I hope they still like me or something like that.
Or something, because it's so weird how we think that the people around us don't like us and it makes us feel unwanted or something like that. I was going to send it to you, and I was like, no, I can't send it to him because he's going to be weird.
And I thought of not sending it to you. Give me 1 second. And anyway, I think we need to cut this. It's too long.
Just ended it. You don't have to say we have to cut it.
Oh, okay. Well, I like to communicate with my audience. I'm sorry.
That is to be confused. Wait.
Yeah, the quote for the day. Yeah, you have. Yep.
Quote of the day is.
Yeah.
A perfect relationship isn't actually perfect. It's just both people never give up. It's just that both people never give up. There you go. It is what it is. Lame. Bye. Not bad.